Welcome back to the Bros Films channel, and today this is going to be a little bit different from my other videos. This isn't much of a plane overview, but more like the P-35 video I did, where it's like a guide on how to use this plane. In my opinion, it's not, everything I say might not work out for you, but this is how I use the plane. And so I'm using the F6F5 Hellcat, if I said that right. But this plane it's a little tricky to use. It's another one of those planes where you need a little bit of skill for and just know how to handle it. And right off the back here, I just want to let you guys know that I will fail a lot because this is my first time really using the Hellcat for dogfighting. It's in real life it was designed to dogfight a bit and stuff, and it wasn't a lot of dogfights. However, in this game, it's really tricky to dogfight with it because it is a bit more on the sluggish side. Even though it climbs pretty well, the Zeros and Oscars, you're able to usually turn this thing, and they usually will have enough energy to stay in the fight more than you will. So you'll have to be really, really careful with what you do. Always try to avoid fights when you can. This thing is more for just taking out carriers and stuff, but it can defend itself if it has to. So just always, try to get behind a plane like this, and then don't screw up like I do all the time. Because I was trying to identify these targets, although it was probably safe to assume that it was enemies. But I should have probably noticed that plane down there, which I didn't. And I messed up quite a lot with this thing. So just always be alert and just try to think through the situations and always keep track of your enemy. Because in this I was getting team tagged a lot, or just like a lot of people were on me at one time. So I probably should have opened fire like right then, just like kept firing because he's probably already spotted me by now. And that's where I just lose sight of him, and then he gets the angle on me. So it gets pretty bad. So I'll just show you all my fails. So whenever you have an opportunity to shoot, just hold down the trigger and don't let go of it. So I'm using the ornament, the 20mm cannons and the 650 cals, because I feel like if I'm in a dogfight with it, I might as well have some better ornament. And if you are having trouble with leading, make sure that you use the 50 cals, because with the 20 cals you won't fire fast enough to, just spray and pray. So here's probably where I should have gotten him on the turning part there, and then here is when he starts doing his thing. And I should have tried predicting where he was going to move, because right now we're getting into a rolling scissors, and you do not want to get into a rolling scissors, especially when he has the upper hand in that type of maneuver. And it's not really good. If you're with like a fellow pilot and you're doing a thatch weave, then I know this is sounding really weird. This is just getting like pilot tactics and whatever, but this plane is really oriented around teamwork. So make sure that you have a wingman or someone to keep your back. And you'll see later on how we do get in formation, kinda. We just stick near each other. So when an enemy plane hops in the circle, they just get chewed up by everyone. Like one person will do a dive on them and kill them. See, this is one of my fails right here. I scraped down too low because I couldn't pull out of it, and I just cut the bottom of my plane up and the engine's gone. So somehow I actually miraculously survived this, but I didn't feel like trying to fly with no engine all the way back to base. So I bail out eventually to ensure that he doesn't get the kill. So yeah, let's see some more fails. So that guy just killed my teammate, and we weren't really working together there. So like I just got there and he's just killing everyone. So this is where I try, getting a kill here. And when I was pulling up, I probably should have tried leading more and predicting movements instead of just trying to keep my sight on him. Just try to just keep looking down on him and stuff. Because if you can't find your opponent, then the chances are they're gonna find. They probably know where you are if they're gonna outturn you and everything. So here's probably where I should have gotten some more hits and whatever, but I didn't, and it just gets pretty bad. And trust me, I will show you the parts where I actually do get the hang of the gun. I'm at the plane, and I do really well at the end. It depends how you define really well, but we do better at the end because we start working on a teammate. But as you can see, this Oscar here is out turning me, and then for some reason he goes inverse and just goes the other way. I'm not really sure what he's trying to do. He probably thought that he was in more trouble than he really was in. But this guy, to be honest, is giving me a lot more trouble than, he's just, I'm having so much trouble because they're staying on me really well. This is where I just get shot out, basically. And it's insane. It's just basically me just trying to survive getting shot. And one of the things I found really helpful with this plane is just make your enemy overshoot you. And if they're smart, they'll pull out of it. But during that time when they pull out of it, if you have enough energy, go ahead and turn around so then you can get them when they're pulling up out of the thing. So always that's just one of the tactics that will work with this. Just pull out. Not pull out. Make them overshoot you. Try to make them overshoot you and have them pull up or just go straight past you. And make sure you're looking at your enemy. And if you guys are wondering if I survive this, I do. I actually survived this, believe it or not. They think I'm gonna die because I'm losing so much speed and energy, and I'm missing so many parts of my plane. So they eventually leave me alone, and then I wait a little while and then bail out because I don't feel like landing it. It's all about trial and error. Don't try to outturn a zero. And it just doesn't work. Now, when dogfighting, make sure you try to pick out someone who's all alone. Like this zero here, he's just all by himself. So I have the perfect opportunity to take him out. And he's also trying to outclimb me, which was a mistake on him. He should have been trying to outturn me. But I feel like he was low on energy or something. So I get a couple shots there, and I think I just took out his elevator. So him without an elevator equals an easy kill. Or maybe it's his engine. No, it's his elevator. He's doing circles and stuff. So because he lost that, it's not going to be a lot easier to take him out. And as you see, I just pelted him with my 50 cals. And I recommend the 50 cals over the 20 millimeters because the 50 cals just fire so much faster. And the 20 millimeters, I mean, you can do stuff with it. Like you can try to like if someone's just straight ahead, you're gonna sneak attack them. Use your 20 millimeters because they should do more damage then. But if you're just trying to like lead, use your 50 cals because they will fire a lot faster. So now I'm on this guy's tail. I'm trying to take him out, and I realized here I'm not leading enough because you have to lead a lot more than you think. And then here's where I don't want to nosedive into the ground, so I'm cutting everything off, trying to pull up, and I barely turn out of that. So now I'm trying to just regain control of the fight. And by the way, I didn't regain control of the fight. I lost too much energy, and then he just shoots off everything, so I start going down. Another fail, but this is how you learn. So here's where I enter into the bowl. This plane leads me into it, and I'm trying to shoot him out before I try to like get caught up in all the mosh pit because everyone is there and everyone can outturn me, so it's not really looking good for me. So you think I should have an easy time taking out some of these planes while they're just going straight, but they start doing some crazy maneuvers. And eventually you just lose sight of them, and then another plane will be on you the whole time. So you just gotta make sure you have a number 2 or a formation or something just to avoid getting ganged up on. And you see there's like planes everywhere, so I start changing targets here because I felt like if I was gonna turn left, that plane that just turned right would turn straight into me. So here is another thing that you can do. When in a rolling scissors and they're turning in front of you, make sure that you are like firing, like pre-firing before they turn in front of you, so you can just get an easy hit. So here's where I shoot that guy, and I took off something off of this plane, so I'm like, finally I can probably get this guy now. But then his wingman, or just ally, whatever, gets up behind me eventually and just takes me out. Now here's where I put a Japanese pilot into defensive, which is what you want to do. Make them feel more worried than they have to be, and try to get them to just do basic maneuvers and, just start rolling and stuff. Try to make them kill their energy just trying to dodge your bullets. So that, like, by doing that, just keep firing, just keep the pressure on them, because if they hear gunshots, they think that you're aiming at them, shooting at them. So just make sure that you just keep firing, and here's just where I keep firing. He's like just turning straight into my shots. So as you can see, that was a pretty easy kill right there. So yeah, just make sure to keep the pressure on them, and if you want, you can even disguise yourself and use 20 millimeters, because it might trick them into thinking it's their own, you might trick them into thinking that it's a Japanese pilot, so yeah, just another tactic. So guys, this is where teamwork comes in. Right now we just all got in formation, and we just engaged enemies. So I'm trying to turn in this guy, and I'm trying to identify him, and I'm not really sure what he is. And then I should have just known off the right back. Like, I was thinking that he was an enemy just because of his wingspan. Also, I thought I saw Rising Sun. So now that I've identified him, but I'm not 100% sure at this point, but, you know, now that I think back at it, I know that he's Japanese Zero. So I'm coming in to just get above him so he doesn't see me. And this is actually a pretty good idea. Like, if there's someone there, just get above him and just try to make sure they don't see him. So now I know for sure he's an enemy. And I'm taking shots at him, but he keeps dodging. So now I'm just trying to stay on his tail. I'm putting him in the defensive. He's turning like that, I'm turning around. And he probably doesn't even see me. He probably doesn't even know where I am. And so if you can do that, then that also puts him more defensively just to try to dodge bullets away from help. And here's where the G's get to me, so I'm just blinded a bit, so I can't really see what's going on. But then eventually I track him back, and then I realize that I need to just try to get behind him while I can before he starts going offensive. So then he sees some other targets, and he's going to go for him. So I'm going to use this time to try and just pick some shots off of him, pepper him. So as he's pulling up, I just take shots off, and you can see a couple of my rounds hit him, and then that's where I'm not leading enough of it. So I'm turning down into him, and if you're ever going down, if you need energy, don't deploy your flaps, but if you think you can just get the kill right then, use your flaps, and it'll make you turn up faster. So then they just shot over me, and then I see him just go over me as I look underneath me, trying to get out of there, and that would have worked if those planes never, like, went over me like that, because I wouldn't have looked. So then I'm turning up and around him, and he's going really defensively. He's not even trying to dogfight anymore. He's just trying to find me right now. So I know I'm talking a lot, but this is, you know, this is a pretty good place to just figure out how to kill your enemy. So now he's going down like that. He's probably trying to make me hit the ground, or just, I don't even know what he's doing at this point. He's just trying to dodge everything he can. And that's just where he screws up. He just doesn't turn enough. He's going too fast. And I get the kill. Then I notice another plane's behind me, and I'm like, oh crap, they already have the position and everything, and it's gonna go bad. So it turns out there's nothing to worry about. Now you're looking at my plane and being like, that's not a Hellcat. And I'm like, well, I figured that because we took care of your enemies, they all left the game after we wrecked them in our formation, we might as well just finish the job and bomb their carriers. And I didn't really have enough time to finish the game, but we would have won. I took out, let's not spoil it actually. Let's just see if I can bomb him straight. So thank you to Burger Fighter, who is escorting this bombing mission, and if he wasn't escorting me, I don't know what would happen. Actually, it probably would have gone fine still, because I don't think that plane ever took off. So I'm trying to line up the shot, but I just completely failed the first run by. So I'll check out the second one. So this is the first run by, and I didn't feel like my bombs would hit, so I decided not to drop them. And here I'm trying to turn desperately, trying to get lined up the second one. But even though I got like a slight angle on it, I didn't feel like it would be worthwhile, or it'd just be a waste of bombs. And I'm pretty certain that it takes only four 500-pound bombs to get the kill on the carrier, but I might have got a little bit out of control and just like maybe dropped almost all of them on the second run. So we'll see how that goes. So I went to a lower altitude here to try to, you know, it makes it easier to bomb because we're going a lot faster. So this is where I'm trying to line up the shot perfectly, because I'm pretty desperate to get this kill. Because bombing to me is not really easy. I don't know how those bombers do it from like 3,000 feet. So that's why I'm a lot better with dive bombing. It's a lot easier. So I'm gonna try to line up this perfectly, and he's just like flew right underneath the thing. And my front gunner's taking shots at the ship and is somehow missing. So now that I'm here, I'm just dropping all my bombs, as many as I can. And then we'll see what happens if they hit. And that was just a beautiful hit. It just destroyed the whole carrier. And I kind of wish that, and right here I'm just telling him that I might have dropped it a bit too much. But I kind of wish that plane was still on the carrier so I could have bombed it. And then here's where the guy just loses control of his plane and just crashes right into mine. But yeah, that was pretty cool. So I'm going to do a recap of the whole tactics situation now. So remember to always pick off lone targets and just keep the pressure on them. Just keep firing. Like, even if you think they might turn into your line of shot, or even if not, because it'll put them on the defensive, and if you can put them on the defensive, then you'll be able to hit them. Chances are, because they'll just try dodging, they won't try out turning you or whatever, because they'll think that they're gonna get shot at like that. They think they're gonna make themselves vulnerable. So put them on the defensive, pick out low targets. Also pre-fire, and also always have a number 2 or a wingman, and it'll definitely ensure victory with your shots, and also in the game most likely. And also don't worry about dogfighting. That's not your main objective with the Hellcat. Your main objective primarily is to take out the carriers, because that's really the goal of the whole game. So just go there with rockets or bombs and just take out the carriers, and you should do fine with the Hellcat. So I'd like to thank you guys for watching this episode, and leave in the comments below what you want to see next. And I know there's a lot of requests, and I'm having trouble keeping them up with them all. And 1 video a day, and I'm getting like 3 suggestions on each video. So I'll try to do them all when I can. And also, the comment with the most likes is the one I'll most likely do for next video. So if you see something that you want to see also, make sure to give it a like. So I had some ideas for other videos as well, like bomber squadrons or stuff like that, just where we all fly in bombers and just try to take out carriers. So I think that'd be cool, so I'm going to try doing something like that sometime. I'm also going to try to do fighter squadrons as well. Like I like squatting up, it's a lot more fun. So again, thank you guys for watching, and we're almost at 100 subscribers, which is pretty big for us because that's a lot of subscribers. Like, I remember when 50 was a big deal. Now we're at like 100. Like, it's insane. So yeah, I'd like to thank you guys for that as well. And our channel's like growing pretty well. So I mean, it's pretty cool. So thank you guys for that. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Let us know if there's anything special you want us to do for 100 subscribers. So yeah, see you guys next time.